Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bizway OPP Show. I'm Charu Mehrotra, founder of online magazine Womenlines.com. Bizway is brought to you by Womenlines and Solworxs. Womenlines is an online magazine promoting excellence in women globally so that they can be best version of themselves. Solworxs is a business company in India founded by Mani Lakraju, leading the ideation and helping the entrepreneurs to transform their ideas to businesses with support of mentoring, technology, and fundraising. So, yes, friends, gear up to listen to a wow story of an entrepreneur having 13 plus years of entrepreneurship journey, Ruche Mittal, founder of her entrepreneurial network from India. I will hand over to Mani Lakraju to introduce Bizway to you all first.
Thank you, Charu. Thanks for that. Radhe Krishna, Ruche Mittal, welcome
Radhe
on the
Krishna,
show.
sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let me introduce Bizway. Bizway is an international online presence platform with key objective to foster beyond by enabling business to grow into future. Online presence platform is a service which is offered by Bizway team to facilitate business to join an online show and create the marketable content from the online show, which is later made available at various branded digital pages like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, etc. and online magazine Women's Line for 24/7 digital presence of the content online. The platform solves three issues. First, short version of a Shark Tank for businesses to pitch. Two, cross-border promotion of products and services. And three, access for enthusiastic professionals. The way it works is businesses has to register for the slot on the Bizway platform, and we need to take the relevant briefing to get the ready for the presence online. The briefing will be done in two stages. First one is the business mentoring that helps entrepreneurs to look at well-curated format to capture the key pointers of their business. And the later one is the personal branding tips to showcase the wow story during the online sessions. We at Bizway host the show online with the entrepreneurs to create their wow story and bring up the key insights plus valuable learnings from the speaker on this online show, which will be presented to the world in the form of Biz Bites. Thank you. All over to you, Charu, to continue on our journey.
Thanks, Mani. So it's time to introduce our entrepreneur of this month. So yes, Ruche Mittal is an entrepreneur with the soul of a graphic designer and a community builder. She started out work as a freelance graphic designer and in no time saw herself launching her first business, Idea Perfect Communication. Idea Perfect Communication is a visual communication and branding firm. She launched her business in her early 20s and realized that exposure to information and experience can play a great deal when it comes to decision-making in business. This led her to launch HEN, her entrepreneurial network, a platform to bring Indian women entrepreneurs together to inspire, inform, and support. Mind you, friends, HEN India is the first women entrepreneur networking platform. Today, HEN is a community of 12,000 plus enthusiastic women entrepreneurs across India. Welcome, Ruche, to the Bizway show. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Radhe Krishna, Charu, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be
Krishna.
here. Thank you.
So yes, my first question goes to you. At her entrepreneurial network journey, it's a platform bringing Indian women entrepreneurs together, right? So this is such an amazing platform. It is sounding such a big vision you must have had when you started. Can you share the wow story behind it with us?
So, Charu, the story is very simple. Actually, HEN is driven from my own problems. So I started my first business, which is Idea Perfect Communication. Just to let you know, Idea Perfect now is called Perfect Red. We've moved into a collaborative red again. But when I started this business, I had my own failures. I found myself making money, drowning money, struggling to manage, the employees, putting the HR policies, getting clients to pay up in time, doing the right briefing. Like so many things are required in business. And I found myself, failing in some way or the other almost every other time in first 2 years of the journey. And it's those times when you're not able to like really talk about everything. and you want to share, you want somebody to share their experience, or you want to talk to somebody and tell them, look, I'm struggling, and
Yeah.
if I can, if how
So
did you
true.
probably
Yeah.
manage it, right? So that's how it started. And while all this was happening, uh, you know marriage came my way. I moved from Calcutta to Bangalore,
Okay.
and I was thinking, okay, I need to make new mistakes, but I need to resolve the earlier ones. So I needed to learn. And in that hunch of learning and looking for new business in a new city, I started going to different networking meets. And
Okay.
I would talk to people, I would learn from them. While all this was happening, I also got exposed to a program called Goldman Sachs 10K program. Have you heard of that
Okay.
program?
No.
Yeah.
Please share more about it.
All right. So Goldman Sachs started with an initiative around 2008, 2009,
Okay.
where the idea was to educate 10,000 women entrepreneurs across the world. And what
Wonderful.
they wanted to do was they wanted to go to developing nations. And in the developing nations that they chose, they had an education partner. So for India, they signed up with ISB as education partner.
Wow.
So so it just happened that I saw an ad on the papers and I applied for it. I got chosen for it, and I
Wonderful.
found myself sitting with ISB professors learning about business.
Wonderful.
And while that was happening, I realized that there was so much information for me. For example, while talking, how do you basket different messages, or probably how do you manage your account sheets, or probably what is the importance of EQ in business, or what kind of policies you need to look at while hiring, or what is partnership, what is collaboration. Like, all these were part of our conversation then. And I was thinking that there must be so many women like me who come from a good background, understands English, educated, may want to do things, are running business, but are lacking basic information,
I agree.
right? And
Yeah.
another thing I realized was, when I did not know that there is this way of also looking into business, for me that did not exist. So wisdom is later. First is awareness. We
Correct.
need
Very
to
true.
be aware,
Yeah.
right? Only then we can choose. And so hen was started.
Okay.
The whole idea is, like 3rd January I got my certificate, and
Okay.
5th January I initiated hen. The only thought process was to share my business knowledge and information with as many people, and then
Wow.
create a space where more people can learn from each other, because that's the best way of learning and
I
growing,
agree.
isn't it?
Beautiful. So yes, Mani, what you want to ask Ruchi? Over to
Oh,
you.
I'm actually inspired listening to what she's been saying. Like there are a lot of keywords the way she coined, like importance of EQ in business,
Yeah.
collaboration. A very simple way of saying, a very motivative way of saying, basketing the new messages. So
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
really good, but it's very motivating to hear that. That too in the
Wonderful.
entrepreneurial world, it makes more sense. And I definitely like this one for sure. Wisdom is later, first is awareness. So with
Yeah.
this inspiration, I would like to take this discussion forward, and I would like to ask you another question. Like you have closely followed the entrepreneurial journey of many women entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
What skill do you think is missing in most of them, and what can be done to overcome it?
That's an interesting one, Mr. Money. Thank you for asking that. I've been on this question, like literally every second day I'm sitting on this question. And I'm kind of looking into my own journey, and I'm looking into many more journeys that, I interact with on a regular basis. Of course, what I say is not like the final word. I agree to that. But my observation tells me the main issue I find is belief in oneself, and second is discipline
Okay.
and consistency.
Hmm.
What is required is consistent discipline of believing in oneself is what will result to any action.
Powerful. I agree.
And so, I'm not somebody who believes in, marketing seekho ki accounts karo ki,
Yeah.
people management karo. I think it starts from self. So first we need to be consistent in disciplining ourselves to believing in ourselves. If we are able to do that, we will see ourselves acting. And once we act, we will create something.
Very true. So this has to be repeated and this has to be reminded to entrepreneurs, I think, every day so that they don't lose that faith and they just keep the consistency on. Because definitely challenges are there and every entrepreneur has to go through that challenging phase. Ups and downs are there.
Of course.
So this statement is powerful, Ruche, the way you have said that discipline is a strong word because that discipline is missing. I also agree with you when I observe around. And I think this is a fantastic sharing by you that once the consistency comes, wonders can happen. So it's all about reminding them and making them sure that have faith in yourself and just keep going on. That's the spirit for any entrepreneur.
Yes.
Wonderful share.
I want to quote Mr. Gulzar here, the poet.
Sure.
I was listening to one of his interviews, okay?
Okay.
And unko pucha gaya ki, sir, you have been writing for like more than 3 decades now.
Okay.
How do you make yourself relevant? And what do you do to sustain and understand the lingo? Because in last 10 years also, Charu, if you see, our lingo has changed.
Right? Definitely.
So he answered. He said, what I do is every day at X hour. So for example, if it is 9, he said, I would sit on my desk and read paper and write. And when I cannot write, I will still sit on the desk and I will read or I will do anything. But whatever hours of sitting I have to do, I will do that. It's a very simple tip to actually follow to just reach your dreams,
Yeah. The discipline point is there, right? He's doing it every day.
Consistency
and that age,
in discipline. So
Wonderful.
consistency in disciplining in his belief that he can do it is forcing him to sit there. Is
Thanks
what
for
I learned
sharing.
from his interview.
Wonderful. So, yeah. Thanks for sharing. So one question I want to ask you, Ruche, what lesson about entrepreneurship journey do you wish you had known earlier when you started, which could have helped you? This can help many entrepreneurs around.
Charu, thank you again for asking that. I don't know what lesson I should have learned because every lesson that I learned was important, but everything, if I would have been told, I think it would have been easier. For example, when it was the first time that I found one of my client, not one actually, when I found multiple clients not paying in time. Now, if I had known that I have to follow up for the payments to come to release the salary, I would not have seen a day to go to another client and tell him, sir, ek hafte baad jo payment dena tha, abhi de do. So simple cheeze. Then for example, like for example, contracts. I think they are the biggest word. Especially, what kind of contracts to make and then how much to fall back on. Because I haven't seen any contract which has fallen apart and then you actually have energy to fight.
Seriously?
Because energy होने से cash flow नहीं होता तो क्या मतलब तो कैसा contract बनाओ या relationship को कैसे manage करो?
All those words, all those small issues which had come up again just because of those words, and then you have to revise again, and it's really challenging and time consuming and waste of energy and time both. So very relevant point you have shared. So there has to be some solution. I think Money can highlight something on it. He is a mentor and he is observing. He is in the field. Money, some comment from you?
Yes, definitely. See, most of the time, contract writing or agreement is just a paper. And the way it works is you have to work with people. That's this very simple fundamental. A lot of times we forget and rush and we get into a race. And when we get into a race, we focus on the materialistic things. and we lose our focus on living things, which is people. And as long as you have a great relationship with people and you can work with people the best way, that's where the outcome is very blissful.
Yes.
Okay,
think
so
it all
that's what
depends,
I could actually
Yeah.
say here, in addition
Thanks for
to
sharing.
Yeah.
whatever.
Thank you for sharing, because
Thank
end
you
of
for
the day,
sharing.
it is about people.
I agree.
Exactly.
Very true.
How
We all are
advanced
connected that
how
way.
advanced we might go. Most of us think that technology is to improve something. It is nothing but to improve the living standards of humanity.
Yeah.
So it's again going back to people, giving people the space, giving people the value, giving people the respect. So
Wonderful.
it's all about people. So end of the day, the challenge has always been to be with people and love with people and to work with people and get the blissfulness out of it. Yeah.
I
So
agree. It's all
we
Great
have to
about
share.
stay
people.
blessed. Okay, great.
Thanks.
Thank
Yep.
you. I think
Thank you.
I've actually added a couple of more words on that. With that, I just would like to ask one more question to Ruchi.
Go ahead.
Ruchi, like, please share a bit more in detail of various services you provide from Hen Ventures, because
Sure.
this could be a very interesting aspect. A lot of entrepreneurs who are listening or who would be following this podcast or this broadcast later, they would
Yeah.
like to follow this and come back to you and try to understand what the benefits they can get out from Hen network. So please try to take a little more time and educate us, make us learn what
Yep.
we can actually get the best from her entrepreneurial network.
Yes.
And thank you. The word is very powerful. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. I agree. It is a powerful word. And of course, thank you again for asking this question. So I'll start by even who is Hen meant for?
Hmm.
So Hen is meant for a woman entrepreneur in India. And when I say a woman entrepreneur, basically any woman running a business and who's done at least one sale. Now
Okay.
we don't judge on turnover. So if there are few thousands, lakhs, crores, it's a community and we welcome you.
Okay.
However, we work on three verticals: inspire, inform, and support.
Okay.
Inspire is sessions where we bring in more women entrepreneurs, more stories. Like today, you are allowing me to share my journey. We host sessions where we get people to talk about their journeys and how did they build business. So that's inspire for us. Inform is where we do business workshops, which
Okay.
are directly connected to business. So the
Mm-hmm.
last workshop that we completed was about Instagram marketing. So we did like
Wonderful.
a 3-day workshop for Instagram marketing.
Okay.
We've done sessions on how to manage your PR or how to file a GST, how do you manage day-to-day accounts. We also do uh, self uh, productivity workshops with Savita Nanjappa, which are around money mindset, time management, managing your calendar, all those basic things that one should know to be more productive in business, basically. So these are around information for us.
Mm-hmm.
Support is where we partner with various other organizations and bring in their programs to our members. So, for example, we partnered with Cherry Blair Foundation. We
Okay.
did some work with Draper University. We also work with a founders organization. So these are some organizations that we work with. Along with this, we do networking meets every month because that is also supporting. And under this bracket, we have recently launched a campaign. It's called #Hen for Hen. The idea is Hen members supporting each other with shout outs and also with, meaningful content on social media. So
Cool.
yes, the idea is it's your community. If you're a woman entrepreneur, Hen is your community. Use it to scale up your business from point A to point B.
Wonderful. And this is for any entrepreneur from across India. Anybody can be part of HEN.
Of course, of course. We already
Wonderful.
have members from different parts of India. So
So
yes.
just shout out to all entrepreneurs across there. women entrepreneurs, you should definitely be part of HEN, because under one umbrella, you are getting support, you are getting inspiration, you're getting a learning platform where you can upgrade your skills, which you're not aware. And definitely you can have a strong network to support you, to back up you, to give shout outs to you. That's something which is not everywhere. So I will strongly recommend HEN, and we'll be sharing the links, we'll be sharing the other details. You can reach out to Ruche Mittal and be part of HEN to understand how they can be part of HEN. So yes, Ruche, it was awesome hearing your story. Wow story, in fact. 13 years plus entrepreneur journey, not a joke. It is something to learn from you, that you had that patience and you had that belief and the discipline of having that belief and with consistency. And that's why you are standing here today with your venture. And I wish you all the best, that it grows best way and you can help out other women entrepreneurs across place and across the country. So yes, Mani, we can have biz bites now from you, which is the most interesting part at the end of the show.
Yes, Charu, and thanks, Ruchi. I've been noting very powerful insights today. I got a very good inspiration on a couple of them, and I have finalized a few takeaways from all the things what I have listed. And here are the quick takeaways for all the entrepreneurs. The first and most important takeaway is entrepreneurs should focus on finding their failures, because that is where all it starts. Because when you find your failure, the next thing is to be successful. That's it. So that's a very powerful share or a powerful takeaway. Second takeaway too is again a real insightful one. Wisdom is later, but first is awareness. This is real important for a lot of entrepreneurs who rush into making the $1 million dreams. First, try to get awareness and then get the wisdom. Wow, very wonderful say. Share takeaway 3: do networking and do share business knowledge and learn from each other. This is also very important because most of the time entrepreneurs might suddenly feel aloof, and this can actually give a lot of strength. Takeaway 4: be consistent in ways to inculcate the discipline to believe in self. And this is the center of entrepreneurship. And that's what Ruchi believes. And I definitely appreciate this sharing. Wonderful. Takeaway 5: contracting skills is the key for entrepreneurs and saves a lot of valuable time. Try to understand what's written in a contract and save the rest of the lifetime for the contract. So that's also a very powerful share. It helps a lot of entrepreneurs to focus on that. And finally, everyone is welcome to join HEN, her entrepreneurial network, which is a community of women entrepreneurs in India. And basically, they offer 3 verticals. One is inspiring, by sharing a lot of stories on the journeys of the women entrepreneurs. And they conduct a lot of workshops on business productivity, which is inform. And finally, they have support with collaboration with a lot of partners and conducting a lot of network meets. So all the entrepreneurs who are following this broadcast, please tune into HEN and try to get the benefit and take your startup to the next level. Thank you for that. And over to you, Charu.
Great sum up, Mani. And yes, this is a shout out to all women entrepreneurs across India. And I would really love them to be part of HEN. We will be sharing details on all social media platforms. We'll be sharing in the podcast also. And do be part of HEN and be part of such a wonderful support group. Thank you so much, Ruchi, for your time. We wish you all the best for your bright future. And stay safe and take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Radhe Krishna, Ruchi.
Radhe
Radhe Krishna, Ruchi.
Radhe Krishna Charu. Thank you.